First year we played at Folly was beautiful. They put us in the courthouse, and the acoustics in there were amazing, and I just felt on top of the world. I thought it was just a beautiful day, and it was one of the first festivals that were playing, and it went so well, and we had such good turnout with people from back where I'm from, and people back where he's from were there, and it was awesome.
Do you hear the battle cries? No more, no more. Heavy armor, the sword of lies. No more, no more. Toward horizons, setting skies, oh, burning suns and rising tides. Do you feel the watcher's eyes, oh, upon you like the dawn?
Yeah, me and Paul were in a meeting with Picaroons one day, and on the way out, as kind of an afterthought, he said, "What do you guys think of running a music festival?"
Really? That's how it went?
Yeah.
And you guys started from day one, you and Paul?
Yeah, and Dennis and Courtney and Tom and Lee, and there's a lot of us.
There's a crew.
Yeah.
Like your skeleton, oh, no more, no more. Your bag of bones, oh, your howls, your moans, oh, the trembling of those weary tones.
There's Feels Good, like art music community, the not-for-profit organization, and then there's the Feels Good Pilsner with Picaroons, which I do think they're still bottling, but doesn't really have much to do with us anymore other than the name. And then there's Folly Fest, so people are always like, which one came first? And Feels Good came first, and then the beer. And the beer happened because Sean Dunbar with Picaroons was very supportive of the arts, and he was very supportive of what we were doing. So he offered us this contract brew to help us push these events in the province and across the Maritimes. But we had to figure out a way to promote it, and we thought of doing a mix CD of all like maritime talent. And then we're like, well, how do we get all this music? It's like, well, let's just throw a festival and record the festival and put it in the 4-pack. CD never happened. Festival's still going, 10 years later. So.
I mean, Paul just had an idea and went with it. And Folly Fest was one of those things where he came to me and goes, "Oh, Court, I just got this idea. Let's start a music festival, and we want you to do the garbage stuff." I was like, okay. So I started off on Green Team. Quickly, the next year moved into, because I said, "Hey, we need an MC," and they're like, "Oh, hey, you do it." So I hopped into that role and kept with them.
I'm the president of Feels Good Incorporated. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades, but I'd like to think I'm a master of a few of them. So I'm emceeing, I'm organizing Tent City Stage, I'm playing, I'm like public relations, and I'm supposed to be an all-around morale booster. That's kind of my job.
Yeah, trying to local food, we don't let our vendors sell anything that's not 80% local in the food. All our vendors, we don't let anybody come in and sell made in China stuff, like glow sticks and all that. It has to be local. A lot of local bands, local, the porta potty guy, he's from Sussex, all that stuff. The ice guy from Fredericton, we don't go outside for a lot of that stuff.
So I can show you some prints that I've brought with me. I've got them right back here. The Flower of Life is actually the basis for all of these, and then Metatron's cube is a shape that you can draw on top of the Flower of Life, which is what I've put into these two here, where I've included lotus flowers in this one as a symbol of purity and being able to rise above any hardships you might face in life. We all do at different points in time, and it's it's good to be able to find our positivity and rise above anything that might be troubling us.
And if you see that person at the farmer's market in Fredericton, you know, you remember them, you make that connection, and you get to meet them more. Like at the market, you know, you're sometimes being like pushed along with the crowd and like jostled along, but here you can have the time to talk and ask about their craft.
So why are you excited to see Keith Hallett?
Oh, he's the best. He's played somehow with some band every year I think I've been here. I remember one year I ended up laying in the field back there watching the stars and listening to him with the Grateful Dead tribute thing with Mumble and a couple other guys, and it was one of the best shows I'd ever heard.
It kind of felt like homecoming or something, you know? Just from being away for so long, and then like I just rolled in town a couple days ago and just got engaged a couple days ago and stuff, so like, you know, friends and stuff around. It's just kind of a whole different thing as opposed to just rolling into some strange little town in Northern Ontario and playing to people you don't know. It's kind of a whole different bag, you know? So I've been looking forward to this the whole tour, basically.
This was like it was kind of the drive to
get
to.
It was just kind of like at the end, I know I'll be here with everybody, you know? So when I was having down days on the road, you know, I was able to go like, all right, I got like 10 more shows and then I'm back home. I'm just gonna play some blues here for you.
That's been a very stated goal from the start, that we wanted it to be family friendly and still be able to get a little funky at night, but not out of control. And it kind of almost regulates itself at this point. And we did our first family camp registration this year, so we actually know how many kids are here. We had 90 kids pre-registered.
So at the festival, there's like an open art stage that my girlfriend actually, it was her idea to start it last year. So an open art stage is where like kids or people can come and create art and like not feel like that there's like a box around it. They can do whatever they want. So there was these two little girls that created this like big picture with like flowers and stuff on it. And so I got the brainwave. I was like, this is awesome. We know Feels Good is like super about encouraging the arts and encouraging community. So I talked to Paul and Mumble and Courtney and was like, listen, like these little girls just painted this awesome painting. What do you think if I bring them up on stage after this band? It was like Sunday night, one of the like headliner slots, like just before the sun goes down. And I was like, and unveil this artwork to the crowd. And they were like, if their mom and dad are okay with it, let's do it. So I did. I brought them up, got probably like 1,000 people or like 1,200 people to like, and we unveiled the art and all of them like screamed and cheered. And it was just, I was like looking at these little girls and you could tell it was like probably that moment for them was probably like the moment that I had with Hot Toddy. You know, it's like, and then when they got off stage, I was like, all right, now you have to make me one promise. And they're like, okay, what's that? I was like, you have to keep making art no matter what. And they're like, okay, like no problem, like we can do that, because they're just so pumped up from what just happened. Keep her rocking. Oh no way!
It's called Fortune.
Were you who came up on stage last year, weren't you? Oh, that's great. Did she come up with you or no? It was your other friend, right? Is that her?
No, Leaf's not here yet.
She's not, but she will be here?
I don't know.
Are you gonna do some more painting this weekend?
Yeah.
This is so cute. I wish that I could maybe tuck it right in my hair.
I know, right? It's kind of big for the ear.
Do you think it would work? What do you think? A little droopy?
Yeah.
So when your crew was filming me the next year, they had just gotten there, and she's seen me and like ran up and like gave me a flower, and was, because she thought that was so great. She also gave me like later in the weekend another little painting, and this year I brought her sister and another girl up to do the same thing. So super cool. I love stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well it's like I never have a set list, so I just kind of like play whatever I might feel might be right at the time, you know. So I guess yeah, I kind of gauge the room, you know, a little bit, or I'll play a song and I'm like, oh maybe that wasn't the right kind of vibe or something, you know. So I'll kind of switch it up, but I always do it on the fly. I've never made set lists ever. I always just kind of feel it out. I usually don't even know the first song I'm playing when I pick up my guitar, you know. And then I'll just kind of noodle a little bit and go, all right, I'm going to play this. Here we go, you know.